Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Greetings all.
What's up, Louie?
Hey.
All right, so I woke up this morning to tweets and different things that was coming out. I saw Patrick Ness made an announcement that even if class continued, he made a decision a long time ago to not write anymore for the show. And he said that BBC America, it's doing well, and that may be a factor in them continuing the show, but he's moved on. Now, the only reason I think that this, before they announced cancellation, the only reason I think that he would say this above such announcement of cancellation, not cancellation, is the fact that you think that maybe he was forced out, like Capaldi was forced out of Doctor Who. Do you think that Moffat has said lately that Moffat wants another class season 2? He doesn't like it that, the Weeping Angels storyline was not resolved, and, that is something that he's pushing for? Do you think that, you don't think that nobody forced him out, he just made a decision?
No. I think that he's pissed because the show's been cancelled. They're not going to announce it until this season of Doctor Who's finished because it's going to put a downer on this series. Right. And the reason I say this is because at conventions, when Class first premiered, you can watch the clips on YouTube. He said he's planned out Class seasons 1, 2, and 3 to be interlinked. He had plans to do series 2 and 3. He put his movies on hold to do series 2 and 3, but because it's been cancelled, he's pissed. So he's gone above the BBC and pretty much confirmed it ain't coming back. At least not with him.
Well, the thing is, they air it at shitty times.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it was on iPlayer. No one in the UK, the age demographic that it was aimed for, people my age, no one in my college watched it. I don't know anyone apart from Connor. In the Whovian community watched it. I mean, Jack didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. It was very unpopular. Then on top of that, when they actually, sorry, go on.
They could not decide whether this was going to be for a young adult or adult viewing.
The thing is, it wasn't even. It was a spin-off, a Doctor Who spin-off with no recurring Doctor Who characters, bar the Doctor in episode 1. It was just a setting. Coal Hill School, which, to be honest, it wasn't even a big deal in the William Hartnell era. It was just where Susan went, and it was in one episode.
It was a backdrop.
It wasn't a big thing.
Well, it was.
It's just a little nod to
fans. Here and there, but it was just
Yeah, that's what I mean. It would have been more of a big thing if they did it in Unit HQ, or
continue with the rift
somewhere
from
like
Torchwood or something.
Yeah, or somewhere somewhere that actually had some proper story potentials. But the thing is, it didn't do very well when they actually put it on TV here. They put it on really bad time. They put it on a Monday night at 9 o'clock, 2 episodes from 9 to 11. No one watches TV. No students are really watching TV from 9 and 11 on a Monday night. So it completely flopped.
Well, let me ask you another question. Did the BBC make this decision to start class with Patrick Ness and then talk to Moffat afterwards, and he reluctantly, it wasn't a thing where they said, listen, we want to do it. I know it was his show, but did they say to Moffat, look, we want a Doctor Who spinoff, even though you're not the head writer, you could produce it if you want, but not really give Moffat an option where, of course, he's going to say, yeah, I'll produce it or whatever, just have his name on it because it's Doctor Who. But is that the case or no? Because it seems to me like BBC's been making decisions lately that they're stepping in, hiring Matt Lucas, different things, and Moffat's going along for the ride lately.
Well, it's we know that there's going to be more spin-offs. They've confirmed this because of the China investment. They said they're going to be playing Class, Sarah Jane, Torchwood, all the existing spin-offs in China. So I think what's going to happen now is Series 11 the true Chris Chibnall era is going to set up new characters in which we're going to get spin-offs from. I mean, it'd be nice to think we would get a Martha Jones spin-off, a Paternoster Gang spin-off, although I think that's, out of all of them, that's the most likely at this point, because Stephen Moffat, it's been confirmed, has refused to let the Big Finish have a Paternoster Gang spin-off. He said you can use the characters for existing franchises, but we don't want an actual spin-off yet because it's got potential. But I don't think we're going to get a lot of the spin-offs we want, because I think it'll be a new showrunner. They want their own characters to have a go. I mean, Moffat's had his chance to do a spin-off. He did it, and it flopped.
Well, I don't count the class as Moffat's spin-off. I think
but it is. He came up with the concept.
Well, he wasn't the showrunner. I mean,
no, but neither was
so.
Russell T Davies. Russell T Davies wasn't the showrunner for Torchwood or Sarah Jane, but they were his. He came up with the ideas.
Yeah, but Moffat didn't come up with the idea class. Wasn't Patrick Ness all his stuff?
No. He said Patrick Ness. He asked Patrick Ness to write an episode of Doctor Who Series 10, and Patrick Ness said he would rather do his own thing. And Moffat said, "Well, we've got an idea of a spin-off set in Coal Hill. Can you come up with a storyline for it?" And then
Is that really what happened, though, or was it that?
Yeah, you can watch the interview where he says it.
Okay. All right. I think that here's the thing. I'm trying to think practical here. Yes, Moffat could have a whole bunch of projects going on, but he can't be away from TV too long. So I think, this is my opinion only, that if he's refusing Big Finish, if he's doing all this stuff, maybe he's having second thoughts. Like, he knows he's leaving Doctor Who, but he doesn't want to leave it completely. Where maybe he just wants to have a thing where he'll film 3 episodes of Paternoster Gang, like Sherlock, where it will be an hour and a half. And he could pop that out in 2018 before Series 11.
No, for me personally, I think he's done from the show. He said it himself.
He's done from Doctor Who. He's done from Doctor Who.
Yeah, but he's got projects lined up. He's got a new show with Mark Gatiss coming out. Sherlock, if they do a Series 5. They've got a lot going on. He's got a lot of movies coming up. That takes a lot of time. I mean, he said what I think personally will happen is in regards to Paternoster Gang, he will give them the rights, and he might do what Russell T Davies did when he left Doctor Who and they did Torchwood Miracle Day, where he stayed on as executive producer, but he didn't actually contribute. I reckon that's what Moffat will do, or he'll just say, "Look, here's the rights to Paternoster Gang. You can use it, Chris Chibnall. You decide who writes the series." And then someone like Phil Ford, who did Sarah Jane Adventures, or Gareth Roberts, they do the spin-off. And he'll just watch over.
I don't think he's going to give up the rights at all.
He's already given them the rights to Weeping Angels.
Well, I know that, but doesn't he make money from Weeping Angels? I mean, it's just his creation. Isn't like Russell T Davies?
No, he doesn't get.
You don't get money.
He could have, but they could if he wanted to copyright them, like they did with the Daleks. They have to pay them for the use of the Daleks. Terry Nation.
So they didn't like that situation. It's just that
he said their Doctor. He made them for Doctor Who. He lets them use them for free. Like Russell Davies lets them use the Jadoon, the Ood. They're his creations, but because he's a fan of the show. But it has a name on
it though. It says created by Russell Davies.
That's just like a thing. Yeah, it's just like letting them know they created it. It's not like Russell Davies created the Ood. We're therefore paying him to use it because he knows that the show's under budget. That he doesn't want to charge them for it.
So you're convinced there is no Paternoster Gang series?
I think it'll be. If it is, I'll be shocked. I'll be very surprised because I think they've had the opportunity to do this. I think we're going to get new character spin-offs. I think it'll be Chris Chibnall's era. It'll be new stuff. I mean, Paternoster Gang spin-off could happen. I think out of all the spin-offs, likely, I think that is the most likely one that we will get. But I just don't see it happening.
I think the ratings have been dropping. They need something out before Series 11 starts. Series 11 is probably going to start in September. So they're going to put it out. That's what I think. Because
we need something.
It's too long. We've been saying this for years. They take a year off sometimes. I mean, it's ridiculous.
look what you had when you had the Rusty Davis era. It's like the peak of Doctor Who because you had Sarah Jane for the kids, then you had Doctor Who for the family, and you had Torchwood for the adults. It's like you could all jump on at different points. You didn't even have to be a fan of Doctor Who to enjoy Torchwood or Sarah Jane, but it was one big interlinkage thing, and it was really good for the show because when Doctor Who wasn't on, you had Sarah Jane. When Sarah Jane and Doctor Who wasn't on, you had Torchwood.
Mm-hmm.
We need this to happen because at the minute we're having these massive gaps. We're having years without Doctor Who, having one Christmas special.
Yeah, which sucks.
And we had, yeah, it did. We had Class. I mean, that's the only reason people watch Class really is because we had lack of Doctor Who.
It was connected to Doctor Who, and it was at least something for them to watch.
Let me ask you a question. If they had the budget for Sherlock, right? Like now we heard when Sherlock first started that he took the budget from Doctor Who towards Sherlock when it first started to basically, because they weren't going to give him enough money, and then all of a sudden got a budget for Sherlock. Couldn't he just take or ask for them to create more? Like, I mean, I'm talking about Moffat, like, but if he's going to be involved in these spin-offs, right? Couldn't he just get them to pay for this stuff now? I mean, and rush it out? Not that they have to rush it out, but I mean, if he can write on the fly, because Clara, I mean, John Louis Coleman decides to stay, and then he ripped up all the scripts and he had to redo them. I mean, couldn't he just write these episodes of Paternoster Gang, bang out 3 episodes like Sherlock, and then put it out there for like January, February?
This is the thing. Will it be for kids? The Paternoster Gang should got Strax. This is. But then I think if it's for kids, you're not going to have 3-hour long episodes. I think it'll be like 6 half-an-hour episodes.
Well,
it's
if
like
it's
2 parts, like the Sarah Jane.
You could do listen. Here's the thing. When they did Class, I wasn't happy about it because I was like, even though I liked it, I wasn't happy about it before that. We were ripping it apart, if you remember, because I'm like, I don't think
I remember.
Cold is a good idea. I said it doesn't. I mean, just because he started, like, he was in the backyard over there. Big deal. That has nothing to do with like they're making this thing that they're a magnet for like alien things. I mean, that's just dumb. That's dumb. Just because Clara. I mean, come on. So if they would have created a storyline where the Nethersphere is there and attracting attention like a magnet, I'm saying. If they created a proper thing like the Rift, where they said something in
you could have done one on Trap Street. You could have done one on Trap Street.
I know, but what I'm saying is, when they created this whole concept of Class, there was never a thing to explain why this one area they're gonna have all these things happen. They should have created something like the Rift or something that.
Well, they did have the Rift. They had their own version. They had the tears in time and space.
That's stupid.
But
that was people are annoyed right.
I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just saying that Class did have their version of the Rift. It was the tear.
I didn't like the Doctor in Class. I was not happy he was there, and I felt that with him being there, in 5 seconds the episode was over because he came. The Shadow people did crap. They're like, oh shit, there's the Doctor. We ain't gonna do shit. And then it's like when he leaves, it's like then they're like, all right, we can take over these kids. These kids suck. It's like
it was very irresponsible of him.
And the whole resolution about the TARDIS giving the kid a leg, I wasn't happy with that at all.
Yeah, that was kind of.
I would have expected the Nano G. I was pissed.
Interesting plot line, but
I was pissed with that whole situation. Now
it would have worked well if it was for the finale.
Yeah, but it's just about the blood. People dying. I was shocked people died. Like, I know what we're off sync. We're talking over each other.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, I think there's like a second delay or something, but
yeah.
I
was going to say. I'll shut up.
Let me just say this thing. I think that it was surprising that there was death and stuff in Class, and they're trying to make an adult like that. Oh my God, girlfriend died, boom. But throwing the Doctor in there, to me, it didn't make sense. It shouldn't even have anything to do with the Doctor. It shouldn't even been a Doctor spinoff. But then again, it was because it's Cole Hill. I was against the whole Cole Hill thing. And in fact, I think that if it did continue, they need to stop with the Cole Hill thing. I mean, maybe the kids are out of school and they're just on vacation and they're doing their thing and then something happens. Or they're traveling with Miss Quill throughout the universe with that little device thing.
No, it would have stayed at Cole Hill. He even said that himself because that's the clip I was referring to where he's talking about Series 3. because people asked him, how can these kids be staying at this college for this long, at the school,
Well, we
and
know
he's
that
like,
if
oh
you
well,
did it, we know that if class was continuing to stay in Cole, I'm just saying originally,
yeah, no,
before they even
yeah.
set up the concepts. That's what I was saying.
But what I was gonna say was, I don't know if you guys saw, but on Twitter, they
I saw a whole bunch of stuff on Twitter from him.
no, this was a few months ago. In fact, I think it was when Class actually premiered. Moffat Blair, I think Blair Moffat or something, the guy who does the music, he composes the music for Class. He was saying, like, he just announced on Twitter, I'm doing the music for Class, I'm composing it. And then Neve McIntosh, who plays Madame Vastra, commented saying, I hope you can do it for our spin-off. And he was like, if it gets the go ahead, I'll definitely do it.
Yeah, it was like, I know it's what happened.
So I would love to see the Penn Astor gang come, whether it's from Big Finish or the main spinoff.
It's like Madame Vastra knows something they don't, but they're like, shh. Yeah, sure, I'll do it. We'll do it if sure, if they decide, yeah.
It'd be great because it would fix the problems of the Silurians being shit in the Moffat era. It would fix the problem of the Sontarans being shit in the Moffat era. You could have a story where Strax has to choose between the Sontaran Empire or the Panos gang, and his loyalty. And you could actually make the Sontarans really scary again.
Yeah.
Well, let me answer your question.
And the same with the Silurians.
Let me answer your question. Why? This is what I don't understand. If Chibnall was going to not air until September, right? And if they can't be off the air that long, right? Why couldn't they let Capaldi do specials?
Yeah. That's the problem I always had with it.
Why couldn't they say he's not regenerating Christmas? Ha ha, we fooled you. And then come January, there is a hour and a half or more type of cinematic thing like the old episodes were, where he's encountering what happens is he goes to this planet, like there's this thing where the Sontarans are heading to this planet or something, and he's got to follow them there, and it turns out that they find this vault with new clone DNA from Sontarans from originally like an original clone batch, like vault of DNA and stuff, and the Sontarans want to make like this batch because the other batches are like stupid Sontarans. There's only a few, right? There's only a few left that are intelligent from that original batch. So they want to use that DNA to make all the future Sontarans like the originals, where maybe we've never even seen them, and they're just smart, you know. And then at the end, the Doctor wins, but he loses. He saves the race in that planet, but they get the clone batch, and they're able to make, so they show that he wins and he loses. He saves the people, sort of like Victor Dalek's thing, where he's like, whatever, he didn't pursue them, they took off. So he saves the people, but they get their way, and now we have a new and then at the end it'll be like a thing where you see this thing coming out of the clone batch, and they look so like, new and revised and smart, and they start executing all the Sontarans that are stupid. Like, just like, boom.
Coming
well,
off
the fact that they're a clone, right? Oops, sorry, Louie.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much the whole thing, like the whole thing that you clone. After a while, when you Xerox something for so long, it's going to get contaminated and that. So that would be a great way of, in a way, rebooting the Sontarans.
Yeah. Like how at Earth, we have this area on the Earth where we have all these seeds in this vault, where if some type of natural disaster happens in the Earth, you can go to this vault, take the seeds, plant them, and we'll be okay. Like, in other words, the seeds won't get extinct of apples and oranges and all this stuff. It's somewhere like, in this cold area, but then something happened. Sort of like the Sontarans, they sent out these planets where they became like, they sent out pods where their DNA would be housed into this like vault type of fortress built under the ground, like a robot that would do that.
Movie.
And then they get a signal that the vault is in jeopardy, and they forgot
Like a
because the
data.
clone batch is so stupid that they forgot like where all the vaults were, and they're like, oh, we got to go there, and then it's like the doctor's like, oh, I don't want them to get it because then it's going to be a disaster. They're going to be, I mean, right now they're manageable, and that would have been like a cool thing. But,
Yeah, no, I agree. We just need to make the Sontarans great again.
Yes.
And that wasn't a Donald Trump reference.
Right.
We need to get the Sontarans great.
Before it was Trump, it was YouTube. There's a thing, make YouTube great again. So
yeah. Guys, I don't know if you saw, Donald Trump actually made a cameo in Lie of the Land. In the climax, his picture came up on the big pyramid thing. It really made me laugh.
I thought that they were going to say the true thing was going to say Trump on it. That's what I was saying last night.
You did. If you rewatch it, there's like a picture of Trump on one of the triangles next to a monk. But it kind of, I don't know about you guys, but because you're actually Americans, but were you annoyed with the dig at Trump made by Bill, which is like, I wouldn't even vote for him. He's orange.
I didn't care about that.
Extremis.
No, I wasn't mad at all. No, but that does, Listen,
they could have done.
I don't want to get political. But and when things happen and all these things are out of control in the world with this terrorism and stuff, and then he does something to stop it, then everybody's going to be like, "Oh, Trump's the greatest. He stopped all the terrorism. He did this. He did that. And why would we put him down all this time?" So that I don't want to get political, but when he has the cojones to do something, everybody's going to back him afterwards. So, that's what I'm saying on the Trump subject. So.
No, I was just curious to see what an actual American would like. Were you offended? Were you annoyed?
Well, he did get chance where he was orange. So I mean, No, he was orange. So I don't. It's funny. I think it's funny. I don't. Whatever.
No, that's cool. That's badass.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the land?
People gotta have an open mind, and this is the problem. It's like people they say, all right, I'm gonna hate Trump, and then they hate, no matter what he says.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it starts coming out that he may be right, they still hate, right? And then when something big happens, and you see, oh, maybe he could stop terrorism, stop this, stop that, then they're difficult because how are they going to back him if they were bashing him for like a year?
He is putting out of the Paris Agreement.
I know.
Which is going to be negative for the whole world. So I can see why people are a bit annoyed.
We have to do a political cast. But anyway, we're not going to do a political cast. But
we'll do a Topic Wonders one day.
Right. Let's make Topic Wonders great again. All right.
That's a good episode. Me and Jack can co-host it again after our great Topic Wonders of the past.
Yeah, most of the time we have Steampunk doing it. So we're gonna start doing different things. We'll make you host with Jack.
A special edition.
Yes, we got all these. There's a lot of interesting things happening on the channel that I will surprise you guys later. I am going to do some big changes and go back to certain things. So I have some special podcast plans you guys will see later on, and it's going to be cool. But besides that, Lie of the Land. Now, here's the thing.
Dun, dun, dun.
I understand that it's plot hole city. I get it. Even last night, I was talking about the Doctor, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and I didn't realize that he took that too from that. Like, he took a lot of episodes for this.
Well, what did he take from Widow and the Wardrobe? What?
She touched the mother touched the thing, and in other words, Matt Smith went to touch the thing and he couldn't control it, the ship. Remember? And then she touched it. And, so in other words, Capaldi touched the thing.
Sorry, I tried to forget that shit episode.
Right. So Capaldi touched the thing. He tried to make everybody forget the monks. He couldn't do it because he thought his mind was the strongest there is. A little ego there. And then Bill had to do it. So that's basically Dr. Witch and Wardrobe.
I wouldn't say that this episode ripped that off. Well, I would say that Doctor Who is coming up to 55 years old.
No,
so you're going to get episodes where stuff is very similar.
No,
But
I
it
would
was different
say
because Bill was the only one that could defeat the monks because it was her that made the deal with the monks in the first
yes,
place.
but look, you could tie this to many episodes. Why did she tie him up? Just like the Forest of the Dead, where River's going to die. The dialogue was almost similar to a point,
Which you could say was a rip-off of Ambassadors of Death.
right?
You could say
And
that
then
episode ripped off Ambassadors
and
of
there was
Death.
also the signal from the Time Lords connected to the Master. If you break the signal, then the Time Lords go back. You didn't necessarily have to kill the Master with the gun, so David Tennant shot the machine. Yes, there was a lot of things, but here's the thing. Despite, sometimes when you watch an episode, you just, here's the thing. Everybody's thinking I'm going to watch and I'm going to be negative. And I don't go into it like...
You clearly hate Doctor Who.
No, I don't. No. And I watched it, and I watched it early. I watched it on Daily Motion, which thank you, people getting on there. They're going to see it early. So anyway, and I decided to not watch Wonder Woman. I'm going to see it today, which I heard.
Yes.
But
Oh,
anyway,
God, I love that movie. Oh, that was so good.
yes.
Oh,
I'm going to
pretty
see
bad.
it. As soon as she gets home, we're going to get ready, and we're going to go. But anyway, I loved it. I gave it a 9. And then, I'm thinking, all right, I just, yes, you should explain things because Moffat, I mean, even though he's the showrunner, he could say, hey, you've shown Nardole feeding her in other episodes and everything, so she doesn't eat for like 6 months and she doesn't go to the bathroom for 6 months and she doesn't have a comb to brush her hair I mean, she's in this box there.
Yeah.
And there's no way out of the box. It doesn't say like, oh, there's another floor where she goes down, there's a shower, there's food, there's this. None of that. And it's like, how come she's not pissed?
Well, if you look in the background, you can see you can see the bed, the toilet, and plus she's got that in the cage she's in. She can walk through that. You see a moment in the episode where the Doctor touches it and it's transparent, so she can get out. And plus, she said herself she can leave whenever she wants. So she probably did leave and get food, but just went back in there.
So in other words, she's just playing with him. She got out of the.
No, I don't think she's playing. I think she's trying to redeem herself, or at least make it look like she's trying to redeem herself.
She's not.
That's all a red herring.
Oh no, I don't believe it for a second. But I'm just saying she's probably trying to make it look as if she is. But there's no way that she just sat there and starved.
I think what's going to happen is I think that she was genuine about the tearing and the crying, but because it was afterwards. But she's going to realize that because she even said his way doesn't work. You know what I'm like? She's saying you're not really good in a sense where whatever. So I think that there's going to be a situation where it needs her to be a badass evil bitch, and she's just going to do something horrible that he's not going to like kill all the Mundazian Cybermen, or something, and then he's going to be like, yeah.
Michelle Gomez said in her interview that Missy does something despicable in World Enough in Time, and I mean, with you, I kind of agree. I think she's maybe being serious at the minute, maybe because she's been in there for so long, it is making her think, and the tears were real.
After a while,
I think as soon as John Sim appears, he's going to be the devil on her shoulder, and she's going to go straight back to her old ways because of John Sim.
Well, I got to tell you, somebody told me something that I guess his first appearance is not what we think. So I don't know.
Was this Elijah or someone with an actual?
I don't listen to
proper reliable source.
No.
I was going to say.
No, this wasn't them at all. But again.
So someone with credibility.
Yeah, but I don't know if again it's not the whole entire complete package. So there was somebody said something about there was a something happens and the Doctor has to go into Missy's mind, like a psychic link to that type of plane of existence, whatever. And I guess in her head, she's like John Sim and Roger Delgado mixed. It's like where it's John Sim with the beard.
Maybe
and
that's
it's just
where the whole
that would make sense.
cameo is.
Right. I mean, like how she sees herself. Like if you created a Bitmoji or an avatar of yourself, how you see yourself. I mean, even though she's a woman, in her head she's still a man because she is a man. So it's like, but that was just one thing of it, not necessarily the whole complete season finale. So I don't know if that's true, but I'm gonna get back to the episode. I don't want to take away from the episode. I loved it. I gave it a 9, regardless, because I felt that the tone was what we need, where we were jumping around so much because it was so action like that. That's what we need. We shouldn't have a moment where the Doctor's walking around in the TARDIS blind, and it's just nobody's doing anything, and it's like, okay, boom, they go to the boat where he's in, boom, he crashes the ship, boom, he's at the school, boom, he's here. I mean, that was like, bop, 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 bop. I like that. What I didn't like was 6 months we've been enslaved, but we don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
So if he ever traveled into that time period, they would have to be monks everywhere. So it's kind of limited writing capability if something happened and he had to travel to the past in that time period, that 6 month time period. But
That's a really good point.
Because he could take like the unit. Oh, you don't know what happened for 6 months? Take him in the TARDIS. Oh, look, they're like, what the hell is this? Yeah. So all your videotapes are erased. All your computer things are erased. There's no trace of their existence, but yet you used to know what you were doing for 6 months. Like, why am I wearing dark clothes and working in a factory when I worked for the government? It's like weird, It's like, how do you explain
the
these
lack
things?
of unit is really distressing. We
Yes.
need unit back in this. It made no. I know that they can't bring unit back because the actress who plays Kate Stewart has got a full-time job on Casualty now, or Holby City. So she's filmed, but I don't see why they couldn't have just had Osgood appear or Jack or new unit members, Martha, and just say that Kate's doing something else at the minute. She's preoccupied.
They said Katie had daughters, they said, right?
Yeah, she's got sons, I think. 2 sons.
She said 2 daughters. She has sons too?
Oh, I swear she said 2 sons. I swear she said 2 sons in Death in Heaven.
Daughters. Okay.
Oh, she's got kids. We know she's got kids.
Well, here's the thing. Why can't her kids be in their 20s? I mean, I thought originally Osgood was one of her kids, to tell you the truth, and then it wasn't the case. But why can't? Because the reason why I thought it was Osgood before the Zygon thing started, she had a sister that they said was prettier and this and that, and they looked different, or they were twins or whatever. Originally, before the Zygon thing. So I thought, they had 2 daughters, but because we was in no emotions when she died, like that, I was like, oh, that's not the mother. But why can't they say she has a son, and the son is like military, like brigadier, badass, and like.
Or Mike Yates.
No, I'm saying like brigadier, greatest son of the brigadier, and just like he's not trying to copy the brigadier, but he's like the brigadier, where he's like, I don't believe you're crap. Doctor, and my grandfather was this, and you're just whatever, but then he gets
get Katie Manning back as Joe Grant.
Right. Well, here's the thing: I don't understand why why wouldn't Unit be involved in any of this if this is the biggest thing, like Lie of the Land? Why weren't they around? Or why wasn't the superhero around? I mean, I don't want to nitpick, but I'm just saying, like, you have the biggest organization ever.
Actually,
you don't involve them.
Thinking about it. Last time we heard of Unit was in Dr. Mysterio, and they'd been taken over by the brain things. Which, to be fair, I would rather have this 3-parter focus on those brain things than the shallow. What is it called? The Harmony of whatever. Harmony Show. I'd rather have that than the monks, because I was really disappointed. Like, I'll talk more about it when you ask me my opinion on the episode. But like, I thought the monks were very weak villains.
Well,
for me, they could have done so much better, but they decided to go off on this one tangent. And it was so dumb.
Might as well give us your opinion.
Oh, does Scott not want to go first, or has Scott already done it?
Yeah, Scott. Yeah, you know what? We haven't.
I made my point. I said like everybody said, they could have been such a great villain, but it's like halfway through once again. They were doing such a speed through that they forgot which way they wanted to go with this story.
They're like the scrub alien race of the universe. They always get lucky taking over the world, and then the moment they're like, "Oh, you exist," they're like, "Oh crap," and run off. Like they're like a bunch of wimps, which I really hope we don't see again.
Well, the thing is, Moffat said when he was promoting Series 10, we've got these creatures that we're going to call the monks, although that's not their actual names. We're not going to reveal their names yet. But nothing came of that. So are they going to reoccur? Were they the Mondasian Cybermen? Like, what? Why? Like, why didn't they reveal the true names? And like in Pyramid at the End of the World, they say, "This isn't our true form." Like, what were they?
It would work so much great if this was their true form, and there was And it just angers me so much, the fact that they had so much
I mean,
potential
they're
for
monks.
this, and they left so many
They're monks.
holes.
They could have said we're the cult of whatever religion, their religion, and they go to every planet to take over and like force this religion onto everyone. Because they're monks. Like, what was the point of them being monks? It was very pointless. But
I don't know. I don't know what they think about before time and then while they're doing it and then after. I mean, why create a new villain and make them scrubs? Like, I don't understand.
it was just a silence ripoff.
Mm-hmm.
It was, because when everything was done, it was like the silence. When they first noticed in the White House, and they're like, who the hell is that thing? And they start shooting it. It's like,
They even kill the same way as a silence. With that stupid electric coming out of their fingertips, and they're there apparently from the dawn of time, although that turned out to be fake. But
that was total crap.
yeah, but it was still similar.
If they even made it seem as though these were an alternate version of the silence, maybe a mutated form,
that would have made sense.
It would have been even better. Or maybe that was the silence's original. One of the two things, either they were the original form of the silence, or vice versa. It would have been. People could understand somewhat.
Yeah.
In fact, I actually prefer the puddle monster to the monks. That's me being serious. That's me being serious. I prefer the sentient space oil, because at least it had some balls. I mean, these monks, like, is it alright if I talk about my thoughts on the episode? Because I might as well just.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm preoccupied with something. I'm listening though. Go ahead. Cool.
So my thoughts, I did the Who's opinion on it, but I'd say it here anyway. Toby Whithouse is one of my favourite Doctor Who writers, along with Jamie Matheson. Right. I knew this episode was going to have a lot to like make up for, because the previous two episodes, in my opinion, were just like a prologue to the actual invasion. Extremis was just a setup to like, this is going to happen, we're going to get invaded by the monks. Then exactly the same happened in End of the World, Pyramid at the End of the World, but just in a different format, where they were like, the monks are going to invade. This one had a lot to do in 45 minutes. Plus, Toby Whithouse added his own like fake news spin to this, so it's going to have a lot to do. I thought the characterization was really well, which is something Toby Whithouse is great at. I thought Bill was good. I thought Nardo was good. Nardo's really coming into his own. When he's like, "It's me, Nardi," I thought that was really good, really funny. Missy is probably the best she's been ever in this one for me. I prefer the toned down version. I don't actually like Missy. Nothing against Michelle Gomez. Michelle Gomez is a great actress, but I'm not a fan of the whole female master. But yeah, I thought Missy was really good in this. Like when she was saying about the little girl she pushed into the volcano, made me laugh. And when she was saying about like, sorry, go on.
No, some people said they didn't like Missy's performance in this.
No, well, they're idiots. No, we're joking. Everyone's got their own opinion, but for me, I just preferred the toned down version. I mean, she was a bit stupid when she's like awkward and all of that, but she wasn't doing stupid American voices and acting all sexual and kissing the Doctor in this. But the scene which I thought was really mastery, like the thing that made me think, oh, she actually is the master, was when she said like, I'd burn down entire cities just to see the pretty colours of smoke made. I thought that was a really cool kind of representation of how insane she actually is, like how evil and twisted she is. Again, I thought the whole first 20 minutes was really strong. Up until the fake regeneration, I thought that was just so unnecessary.
I was pissed genuinely about that, because I'm like,
it was so unnecessary.
Why did he keep wasting regeneration?
It was so out of character. Well, this is the thing with the Moffat era. You can just use a regeneration and like tap water. You just turn the tap on, regeneration comes out. Turn it off. It's like, it's just so.
Hold on. Continue. I have to.
Yeah, that's cool. It was just so stupid. Like, oh, we need some regeneration energy. Oh, we don't need it now.
It's a soft point to try to fill something up which they don't know how to actually resolve.
Exactly.
It would have been better. I was going to say, it would have been better.
No, sir, go on.
This was supposed to be a fake yada yada. They could have had him regenerate, and then you find out, oh, no, this is all an illusion in itself to try to get past the monks' little programming. in some way, shape,
Mhm.
or form.
It would have been cool. Like, I know this wasn't going to happen, but I thought it would have been cool if they're going to reveal the 13th incarnation of the Doctor pretty soon, the next actor. Wouldn't it have been cool as if he did get, when Bill shot him, he did regenerate into the new actor to play the Doctor for like a second, and then it reversed. They changed it, something happened, and then that's like the BBC saying we can officially announce that this Tom Marshall or Greg, whoever it is the next incarnation. That would have been a really cool twist. Because it would have been a shock because no one would have expected it.
Because that's what Joe's been mentioning a lot, and a lot of us were mentioning. If they had, where's it written to where they have to go an entire season to have a companion? One of the companions could die mid-season. The Doctor could regenerate at some point in time within the season. And why do we have to wait until this grandiose event in order to?
Exactly.
It's getting dull. It's getting dull and lackluster, and they need to spark it up. They need to change things around to the point to where it's enjoyable. And the fact that they want to continually want to be on Earth more than space, has gotten dull. Having modern day companions has gotten dull. And yes, it's great seeing the Daleks and Cybermen, but I would rather see. I don't want the show to become exactly the old show. I don't want that. I enjoy the way they did the deal with Next Generation with Star Trek, but like every season, throw in a couple of the old monsters, villains, and companions. Whether it's a cameo, whether it's an actual storyline, I'll be happy.
That's why I'm excited for the Ice Warriors, because it's like we haven't seen those in a while.
Yeah. But even then, if they want to do the occasional Earth adventure, do a historical adventure like the old series used to do. Like maybe every other season or every other season, do a historical adventure. But this constant, oh boy, we're on Earth. Boy, there's a
But it's
shock.
like, I don't mind the Earth invasion. I think they're good because it brings some reality to the show, which is hard to do when you're in space and stuff. But at least if you're going to do it, provide consequences, because at the minute, it's like, oh, this big invasion will happen, and then it's a human superpower to forget. So we've learned nothing from this experience. It will never be mentioned again. And it's just like, what? That's just, I mean, like, look, we have, like, look at 9/11. That's a terrorist attack, major terrorist attack. We remember that now to this day. It's talked about all the time. Yeah. It's part of history. If you're telling me, and I'm not like saying 9/11 was a small attack, but compared to the world being taken over by monks, that would look insignificant, and we're gonna just forget about being invaded. Like, bullshit. The human race is known for being too nostalgic. We remember everything. We celebrate fucking Donut Day and stuff like that. Like, we're not gonna forget massive pyramid turning up and monks invading, or a massive fish in the Thames. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Or forest appearing overnight. But, I mean, for me, this episode would have worked better if you got rid of Extremis. Just cut that completely, then reworked it so you'd have Pyramid at the End of the World as episode 1. This is episode 2, and it ends on the Doctor, like Bill and Nardole regaining with the Doctor at the end, and then you could do the regeneration if you wanted to, like have a tease, and then the next episode it's all fake, and then have the next episode focus on defeating the monks and actually show what the life under the monks is like, because we didn't get to see that.
Because
we didn't see the monks in this at all, really. They just ran off. I mean, these monks have the power to blight, to take away sight, to give sight, to turn people to dust. And you're telling me the minute they're found out to be fake, they just run off?
Yeah. Because I know me.
Like, what was their purpose?
Yeah, they never explained it, other than, oh, here we are. Because Joe, Mikey D, I forget if this was on or off.
Yeah, we were all off there for like an hour or something.
Yeah, and we were discussing how they could improve the show from having Sutek to all these other things.
Oh no, I saw that. That was cool.
I
was actually
last night we were talking about why.
No. I saw the one. I saw it when you mentioned Sutek. You could have had Sutek as
Yeah, no, but off
the
air
Grand
last
Leader.
night, though, we were talking, because I didn't realize we were going to be off the air, because I was originally going to go. We were talking for like an hour about the plot holes and about if Naruto had the damn TARDIS, why didn't he freaking use it?
Yeah.
And who the hell has a TARDIS and where's the TARDIS and stupid shit. Like, this didn't make any sense, you know?
Also, the
And-
lack
and-
of Erica, the lab
Yep.
scientist. Like, what happened to her? He offered her to be a companion, and it's just like, oh, she's gone now.
Is he bullshit people? Like, yeah, you could be a companion, yeah. Like that.
And it's just like, we never see her again. Is she in the TARDIS? Like, it's just dumb. But like, I don't know if you heard, Joe, what I said I think should happen. Like, if I could rewrite this, I would have cut Extremis completely, get rid of that. It's pointless. It's a cool story, but adds nothing. Get rid of that. Have Pyramid at the End of the World as episode 1. Episode 2, have Lie of the Land, and have it just a Doctor Light, Bill and Nardo trying to get the Doctor. And then have episode 3, them getting rid of the monks and actually showing them what the monks are capable of, having a proper fight with the monks. Because I just think that what was the point of having these creatures? They have all this power. They can read human history. They've seen everything that will ever happen. And you're telling me they just a picture of Bill's mum makes them run away?
Well, the thing is, I would have
You
did.
serious?
I would have had it that yes, 6 months have passed, but when they're sleeping, like when they're sleeping and dreaming, they're in this world because the troop monks probably felt that they didn't conquer completely yet. So while 6 months passed, 6 months didn't really pass because during the day they're doing their regular life and they don't remember any of it. So like they're trying to wean their way in, just like those statues. What's that?
Last of the Time Lords, where, or you could have a Last of the Time Lords scenario where
no, I wouldn't copy where it just got erased. I wouldn't do that. I would just do it where.
I would rather that than people forget because it's ridiculous. How can you forget? I was just saying to Scott, like we remember 9/11, and we're always good. It's part of history. And you're telling me that in comparison to 9/11, which is one attack, we're gonna get invaded by the world. The whole world's gonna be taken over by monks for 6 months. They're gonna lie to us. They're gonna kill people, and we're just gonna forget that.
Well, listen to this scenario. What if during this time with the monks, people met, fell in love, had the woman got pregnant, and then now everything's erased. It's like, oh, why am I pregnant? It's like it was stupid stuff. I mean, like how the hell do you know? How can you explain that? Then they're gonna think everybody's crazy. So I mean, you can't just the monks got erased, but nothing about why these people are dressed like friggin' schlums and working in different jobs than they used to. Like that's
it was like 1984 in a way.
That's
if
weird.
You look at even the background.
It was just
a
choppy, quick resolution. That's weird. So,
and you're telling me they can destroy Daleks, they can destroy Cybermen, they can destroy Weeping Angels.
They suck. They just
and then they run away. They run away because a picture of Bill's mum.
But was it one? No, but here's the thing. They were trying to say that there wasn't really 12 monks. Maybe it was like 4. So what, like 2 monks in the whole entire pyramid running away? Like, are they getting an offshoot of the other troop monks? I mean, like, is it like a thing? I mean, it seems to me like they're the charlatans, con men, scrubs of the universe. Little weasels that somehow a little bit smarter with certain things.
They're just parasitic. They just use other races to survive. They just host off them.
Leech, in other words.
Yeah, leech it, exactly. But for me, this episode, I wouldn't say it's a terrible one. I don't know if it's I prefer the characterization in this, although I think story-wise, I actually prefer Pyramid at the End of the World. I think it just kind of was more tension, whereas this was like tension, fake regeneration, which let it down. Then tension, that's it. Like we've had 3 episodes of build-up for this. Like for me, I think it was. I would put this episode on par with Thin Ice. Good stories, good characterization, but the lack of plot and like it didn't make any sense. It didn't explain everything. I still think that it's better than the pilot and a lot better than that shit Knock Knock. But
They
overall,
this
is mediocre.
And that's all it was. They didn't know what the ending was. They were coming close to the ending, so it's like, oh, we need something. Let's do this. Yes. Oh, what? Oh, the TARDIS. Oh, don't forget about the TARDIS. We'll hint in some way, shape, and form if they go back that somehow it was damaged or Nardole had done this, and this. But let's just do this quick little ending, and boom, there. Now we can go on to our last 4 or 5 episodes, which are actually our moneymaker.
Put your hand up in front of the camera. Just one of you, put your hand in front. That is how many episodes we've got of Capaldi left on your fingers. Yeah. We've got 5 left, and we've wasted 3 on this.
Yeah.
It's like we've wasted 3 episodes on these monks. We could have had 3 episodes of the Axons, like he wanted the Chumbleys. We could have had, we could have done a lot of stuff. The Daemons, he wanted to fight them, and we're gonna have these monks. Like, yay, that was worth 3 episodes. I mean, I'm not saying the episodes were bad; they were pretty decent.
Would like to do a comeback than the monks now.
Yeah, that's how bad. It's just we could have had
intelligent wood lice to come back over
this whole season. I mean, now who said that? They keep making fun of the puddle monster. Like, do they realize that shit sucks?
Well, I don't think the puddle monster. Well, the sentient space oil was what it probably. I thought that was cool. I didn't mind it.
No, but who said the BBC didn't like that? The puddle monster. Was that a thing, or is that
the
fake?
Insiders? I haven't heard that.
Okay.
But it's like, for me, this series is better than Series 9 so far. But
no way. No freaking way in hell. Yeah.
I think Series 9 wasn't as good as. I mean, so far. I mean, the Magician's Apprentice is.
I thought, yeah, but.
Oh, really?
No, Series 9 with the Magician's Apprentice, which is familiar.
Really?
You don't think so? I like it.
Oh God!
You know,
which is familiar was like the Magician's Apprentice is probably one of the worst Doctor Who episodes of the Capaldi era. After Hellbent and Listen and Death in Heaven, I thought that was just such a big tease. Nothing happened. You have Missy with Clara after her boyfriend was killed by Missy, and she's cool with Missy. She's like chilling with her, like, "Hey, Missy."
That I don't understand at all what the hell that was about.
Dumb.
I mean, she wasn't
Where is
cool
the Doctor? Where is the Doctor?
Obviously, she was. They mentioned Danny Pink, but it's just. Well, I don't like that whole thing. That he's just done. Danny Pink. Like, why isn't she upset about it? Like,
Exactly. It's like, for me,
just weird.
I would say the Capaldi era, out of the 3 openings, we've got Deep Breath, Magician's Apprentice, which is familiar, and the pilot. I would rank Deep Breath being the best. Then I would put the pilot, and then I'd put Witch is Familiar, Magician's Apprentice. That's for me personally. I think Series 8 is probably his. I don't know if this series is better than Series 8, but I prefer Series 8 to Series 9, and I prefer this to Series 9. So I'd probably say it goes Series 8, Series 10, Series 9 for me, but that's only at the moment. I mean, if the finale is decent, it could beat Series 8 for me. I just think it's such a shame we've got so little of the Capaldi era without Clara in it. She took over. I mean, if we had this for Series 9,
that's what me so much about Clara is that the fact she took over, trying to make it seem as though she was responsible for this happen, for that happen.
No, Moffat made it that way. Sorry,
I know.
Well, no, yeah, but Scott's not saying it's Jenna Coleman. He's saying the character of Clara, which is written.
Tried to make it. Listen to me. Let's face it. Moffat tried to make his own Sarah Jane Smith, but he tried to make her way more than Sarah Jane Smith. And then at some point in time, he hated his own character that he tried to punish her by screwing up royally a lot of times. So, which made no sense. So, I mean, whatever. I don't hate on the character because I actually love the character. She's one of my favorites, but of the New Who era. But I just I really like her actually. I got to tell you, I liked her in Asylum of the Daleks. I love her in Snowman. Snowman's one of my favorite things. I'm sorry, and you know what? I really liked a lot of stuff that she did with Matt Smith more than Capaldi. Capaldi, I didn't like it when she made it like she was bossy and things and. Like he just, I didn't. There's better chemistry, I think, with her and Matt Smith than her and Capaldi.
I completely disagree with that.
Yeah,
I think Series 8 was Clara's best. I think she should have left at the end of Death in Heaven, and I think Last Christmas should have been where Shona joined, because obviously she was going to be the companion.
They should have.
And then we could have had Bill for Series 10.
Companion in the Christmas era.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think, and this is probably going to be an unpopular opinion, and I love Peter Capaldi. He's my favorite Doctor. He David Tennant and Christopher Eccleston are always going to be my doctors, but for me, Capaldi's just like the doctor.
Mhm.
But I think what would have been best, and I think it would have been best for Chris Chibnall too, is if Capaldi regenerates at the end of Series 10, and then we have the Christmas special to set up the new Doctor, because Christmas time is a time where people watch Doctor Who regardless if they're fans or not, because you're with your family, you're stuck indoors, it's on the telly, you're going to watch it. What a great way to introduce people to the new Doctor. This is a tease, like with David Tennant. It's a taster of what's to come, and then next year you watch the proper series if you like the Christmas.
It's just every time it regenerates, it's a Christmas special.
Yeah. How about
and it's getting ridiculous now.
Okay, how about here's an idea. At the end, on the very last episode of Doctor Who, you see them regenerate, but yet they don't reveal it. They leave it as a cliffhanger, and then when you had the Christmas adventure, then that's when you actually do the big reveal of this is the.
I would, you know what? Not for nothing. And this
cool.
People probably wouldn't like me saying this, or maybe they would. Everybody thinks he's going to regenerate Christmas time. I would just totally change it and say he's not. And then people are like, well, wait a minute. I thought Capaldi's leaving, and just leave it like that. And then maybe actually film some specials with them. And actually, because, here's the thing. Like, he said he's leaving Doctor Who, but specials are not a regular thing. Yeah. It's like, so.
Well,
maybe,
it's like David Tennant. He
right.
left, but then he went and filmed Sarah Jane. No, I'm saying he left, and then he went and filmed Sarah Jane Adventures.
That was his last appearance as the Doctor. Yes. So.
Yeah. So
I
it's
mean,
like, why can't we do that?
Yeah. Why couldn't we have specials of Capaldi as the Doctor, but just regenerating the special? I mean, he's not coming back to September. What's the big deal? You want Doctor on the air. You don't know. Here's the thing. You don't know if these spin-offs are going to work. You're really gambling now.
Oh,
I mean,
God,
BBC, who have lost Top Gear and Bake Off and all these different things, they're losing a lot of money. Obviously, they're not making the right decisions to lose these things. Now you're banking on a spin-off where the Class spin-off failed. So now you're banking on a spin-off to keep Doctor Who alive. And it's not Doctor Who. It's a spin-off. So why don't you give episodes to Paul McGann? Why don't you just spend the effing money and just put something out there with the Doctor? Like, make it like Paul McGann Adventures. Make Paul McGann have a season while we're waiting or something.
But they won't.
Why can't you, Christopher Eccleston?
But why can't you tie in like a season with Paul McGann with the current series where maybe River shows up or something shows up or whatever?
Oh, God. No, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
All right. Well, whatever. I mean, I'm just saying. This is why I have this room. It's too bright in here, actually. But
you could have the Jenny. You could have the Jenny spin-off.
That's not going to work. People are not going to remember. People are not. His daughter. I mean, people. What do they make fun of everybody? They forget things. They don't care.
No, people remember the Doctor's daughter.
I know, but I don't know.
Jenny's mentioned a lot actually in the fandom because of the fact that she's Peter
Davis.
Well,
Moffat's the one that made her live. Russell T Davies wanted to kill her, but. Yeah, listen, guys, I don't mean to cut this short, but I got a little bit of a situation, so I can come back, but I got to go right now. So,
okay.
Thank you, Louie.
No, joking.
What happened?
I said, have you left your lasagna in the oven?
No, something else. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye for now.
Ciao.